Overnight on the South today, Wanaka's NASA team goes from highs to lows after their super pressure balloon flight ends early. Rugby legends lead a charity bike ride, raising money for the Westpac Chopper Appeal. And a parade of 100 classic cars as a local vehicle dealership celebrates a century of success. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. There's a somewhat deflated mood in Wanaka despite a smooth liftoff over the weekend from the local airport. NASA had a short-lived triumph with their latest super pressure balloon launch, which developed a leak just over a day in flight.
A giant balloon towering over trucks on the tarmac at Wanaka Airport. NASA's team successfully launched their latest super pressure balloon on Saturday, but the smooth start to the mission was short-lived. The balloon developed a leak just over a day into the flight, which forced the mission to be terminated early. It was the second balloon launched by NASA from the small airport this year, with the initial success a big achievement.
It's the first time we've ever done it in the history of the program, to have two super pressures in flight at one time. It's been a long time making.
The giant balloon was launched just after midday on Saturday, climbing upwards at more than 300 metres a minute. Once inflated to the size of a sports stadium, onboard equipment was ready to detect high-energy cosmic ray particles in Earth's atmosphere from beyond the Milky Way.
The USO mission is looking for high-energy cosmic rays, extragalactic, so outside the galaxy, high-energy cosmic rays, because there's not a lot known about those, the sources of them, where they come from, so that's what it's trying to study.
The NASA balloon program gives scientists, researchers and engineers a chance to test out equipment without actually going into space. But it's not just NASA who've benefited from the Wanaka-based missions.
Look, for the community, it's amazing. The fact that it brings in a huge amount of revenue for Wanaka itself. But for the airport, I think it puts a lot of focus on us. And what we do here, which is great.
The balloon was set to circumnavigate the Earth for 100 days, but sadly after just over a day in flight, the balloon carrying the Space Observatory developed a leak, forcing controllers to terminate its journey over the Pacific Ocean. NASA will investigate the cause of the issue. In Wanaka, the South today.
The political drama at the Gore District Council is set to come to a head tomorrow. An extraordinary meeting is due to be held after Mayor Ben Bell refused requests by some councillors to resign. Bell's leadership was questioned last week. A number of councillors claim he isn't working in the best interest of the region or the council. The mayor's rejected those claims but is likely to face a vote of no confidence, a request for the government to intervene, or he could be removed from all committees. However, some members of the public believe it's CEO Steve Parry that is the problem. Gore resident Sean Burke has started a petition calling for Parry to resign. It's already had more than 3,000 signatures. Burke has labelled the CEO as a bully and says the efforts to push out Mayor Bell were driven by a select few of the old guard. Former rugby superstars were among the people taking to the rural streets on two wheels, cycling from Queenstown to Invercargill for charity. The annual Westpac Chopper Appeal bike ride saw many braving the long journey, making it a record-breaking year for the event.
Rolling along the country roads like a royal cavalcade. 75 cyclists took part in the annual Westpac Chopper Appeal bike ride on Friday, cycling 250 kilometres from Queenstown to Invercargill. Among the crowd, some familiar faces. Former All Blacks captain Richie McCaw was joined by his 2011 World Cup teammates Mills Miliaina and Southland's own Jimmy Cowan.
Yeah, it was a cold start, a bit of snow around, but yeah, we got through that. But no, it was an amazing experience, stopping off at a couple of schools and yeah, having people out and about wishing us, keep us going was brilliant. So yeah, no, we had a great day.
McCaw says he enjoyed his first shot at the challenge and he's keen to give it another go in future. The former All Blacks weren't the only riders sticking out in the crowd. 17-year-old Kennedy Taylor wasn't going to let anything get in the way of the day's events.
Well, I biked from Queenstown to Lumsden and then my mum picked me up and yeah, when I got ready and now I've got my Bulletin.
The ride left Queenstown at about 5:30 in the morning, and 12 hours later the worn-out cyclists arrived in Invercargill to the applause of excited crowds. Event organiser Phil Taylor enjoyed cycling with his daughter and was pleased with the positive response to the event.
It's an amazing cause with the rescue choppers, obviously, that, it saves lives, so it's pretty easy to go out and raise money for them. It's a great crowd that we have, and we've got a lot of people that show up year after year. And of course we were lucky enough to have those 3 All Blacks this year, so it was a pretty special year.
All the funds raised are set to support the Lakes District Air Rescue Trust, with the donations on track to set a new record of $110,000. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Dunedin's central city was overrun with foot traffic over the weekend as hundreds of students and their families celebrated graduation. The mixed crowd got the chance to do the traditional walk through town on Saturday morning prior to the graduation ceremony. Redevelopment work along George Street meant the parade took a different route this year, walking from First Church through to the Town Hall. The event celebrates years of hard work by the Otago University students, featuring bagpipes, happy graduates and families wearing their best outfits. It's set to be a busy week for Dunedin, with 2 more graduation ceremonies scheduled for Wednesday and Saturday. Not many local businesses can say they've been in business for over a century, but Dunedin City Motors was the talk of the town over the weekend, with motoring enthusiasts helping the company celebrate its major milestone.
Vintage vehicles through the years, driving along St Clair Esplanade as part of a special centenary parade. The slice of automobile history was organised to help vehicle dealer Dunedin City Motors to celebrate 100 years in business. 100 Ford cars cruised the streets of South Dunedin on Saturday morning, one from each year of production from 1923 through to 2023. Dunedin resident Maurice Boyles was part of the parade, proud to show off his pride and joy, a restored 1949 Ford bonus pickup truck, which he bought for $200 51 years ago.
I was living in Oamaru at the time and I wanted something to work on, so I advertised for it, and I picked it up in a farm in Adams Flat out Milton Way.
The convoy of classic and contemporary Fords parked up at Dunedin City Motors dealership after the parade, giving locals a chance to check out the impressive range of models. And while Boyle still loves the golden era of motoring, he now drives an electric vehicle around town, saving money on petrol to spend on his vintage truck.
I like the trucks in particular. The cars I like are nice, but I like the pickups, and yeah, they're nice.
The special celebration was enjoyed by a strong crowd, with some owners even making the trip down from the North Island for the weekend. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whaiakane, still to come on the South Today. A Scottish podium finish for Dunedin's McLaren rally driver Emma Gilmore, and the gold and silverware is given out in Central Otago at the annual Sports Awards.
Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world. And the best way to see it is to walk.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Dunedin rally driver Emma Gilmore is celebrating after completing her first podium finish of the year in the Extreme E competition.
It was a unique course for Emma Gilmore and American co-driver Tanner Faust as the Extreme E Rally Series moved to Scotland. The off-road racing action took place in a former open-cast coal mine, which proved a challenge for all competitors. The Neil McLaren team had a frustrating first round, but bounced back on the Sunday with two strong qualifying heats. That saw the pair making their first grand final of the season. Conditions were extremely tricky, with wet weather and flying mud making for a slippery course, with visibility a major issue for all the drivers. Gilmore and Faust holding on to finish in second place, securing their first Extreme E podium of the year.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a tricky track. The conditions were so changeable. So happy to be able to reward the team and all of their effort.
After the wild ride in Scotland, the team have some time to recharge with the next round of the series in Sardinia, Italy in July.
In the Central Otago sporting world were awarded for their efforts last week in the region's annual sports awards. More than 200 people spanning 17 codes attended the event, with Wanaka's most highly decorated athlete of the year taking home the top prize.
Zoe Sadowski-Sinnott had a great 2022, notably taking home gold at the Beijing Winter Olympics in the women's snowboarding slopestyle. Her continuing achievements saw her named Central Otago Sportswoman of the Year, along with the Bruce Grant Memorial Award, the district's supreme distinction. Cross-country skier Campbell Wright was named Sportsman of the Year for his gold medal in the 10-kilometre biathlon sprint at last year's Junior World Champs. The 20-year-old was the first athlete in the Southern Hemisphere to win a biathlon medal on the world stage. Meanwhile, Wanaka's Adam Hall was awarded Para-Athlete of the Year. He's the current national champion in both the giant and normal slalom and placed third at the Slalom World Cup. And Team of the Year went to the New Zealand women's curling team, featuring an all-Central Otago lineup. They were the first ever Kiwis women team to qualify for curling's world champs. In Central Otago, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. NASA's super pressure balloon launch went from highs to lows after a leak caused the flight to end just one day in. 75 people have cycled from Queenstown to Invercargill, pedalling for the Westpac Chopper Appeal. And Dunedin City Motors has celebrated a century in business with a parade of 100 cars from the last 100 years. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome editor Barry Stewart. Hello Barry.
Hello Hannah.
What can we expect in tomorrow's paper?
We've talked to a carbon farmer who says the practice of planting trees is a matter of choice, and if done properly should not damage agriculture. So it's an ongoing debate, that one, so interesting take on that.
Yes.
And of course the scene is set for a showdown in Gore tomorrow. There's a meeting tomorrow where Mayor Ben Bell may face a vote of no confidence, so we're following that story. It's an ongoing one, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm not sure if there's too many moves there, but we'll wait and see.
Yes.
Also, further council troubles. The Invercargill City Council has announced that it's launching an inquiry into its conduct around the Nigel Scout affair, so more drama in the south.
All right, well thank you for covering that, and we look forward to tomorrow's paper. Thanks Barry.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, it's looking mild tomorrow as northerly airflow briefly develops ahead of a cold front on Wednesday, bringing colder southwesterlies. Heading to the top of the South Island. Fine with light winds up here tomorrow. Nelson's in for a 17-degree day, Greymouth 16, and Christchurch will get up to 15 with nor'easterlies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. North to northeast winds are lightly making their way through the main centres here tomorrow. Ashburton's high will be 15, while both Timaru and Iwamuru can expect 17 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. High cloud and northerlies over this way on what will be an otherwise lovely day, with 18 for Wanaka and Queenstown and 19 for Alexandra. Heading further south, freshening nor'westerly winds over here with cloud increasing. Gore reaches a mild 15 tomorrow, with Balclutha and the Catlins jumping ahead slightly to a high of 16 degrees. And down to the deep south. Looking fine tonight with northerlies and a low of 10 in Invercargill. Tomorrow's high will be 15 with nor'westerlies, high cloud and late rain with southwesterlies. In midweek, the showers should clear, opening up to a sunny but cool afternoon with 11 as the high. And finally heading to Dunedin. Light northerlies tonight as it drops to 8 degrees. Looking sunny tomorrow with breezy afternoon northerlies with a spot of cloud and a high of 16. Wednesday's got gusty southwesterlies back in the forecast with rain turning to showers and 12 degrees as the day's high. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. Follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, and on Facebook, search for The South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite apopo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.